In a lot of these cases, stars were simply begging to be given a chance to make a name for themselves on TV, and foolishly jumped at the chance to don some of the worst gears imaginable. Others were just trying to go for something new and got it horribly wrong on the night. So I am Gareth, this is What Culture Wrestling, and here are the 10 most hideous wrestling attires explained. Number 10, Curtis Axel tries to channel his father. This former WWE Intercontinental Champion decided to mix things up a little outfit-wise on a few occasions over the years, going from a set of standard trunks to Hulkamania tights to B-team trousers. However, there was actually another often forgotten, and for good reason, Curtis Axel in-ring gear that popped up during the 2014 edition of the Money in the Bank PLE, teaming alongside the singlet-boasting mountain of meat known as Ryback in a match against Gold and Stardust. Axel donned a pretty dreadful one-piece for the tag bout. The second half of that dreadful team name may have just wanted to pay tribute to his perfect father. Either way, the end result was painfully bland. This one was thankfully soon scrapped and never dusted off again. Number 9, Chad Gable asked for an opportunity and got Shorty G. Is there anything Chad Gable cannot do? Yes, make that absolutely horrendous Shorty G outfit look good. Gable was told that his character would be undergoing a bit of a change. Gone would be the amateur wrestling singlet. In its place was a dreadful basketball vest and shorts number that felt like yet another cruel dig at the gifted worker's lack of height. While Gable may not have specifically been looking for his inner Shorty G at the time, he did eventually admit to After the Bell that he was always asking for an opportunity. So when offered this particular chance to do something different, the former tag team champion didn't complain, got to work, and tried to do what he could with a truly terrible gimmick and attire. No matter how driven, talented, and passionate you are though, you simply cannot polish this sort of garish turd. Is this the worst gimmick change of all time? Well, if it isn't, I want to know what is in the comment section down below. Number 8, Karrion Kross goes for the Gladiator look. Enjoying one hell of a start to life within the WWE system, it looked as though Triple H's latest pet project was destined to take the main roster by storm back in 2021. He even had a decent presence in between the ropes, but said aura was completely smashed to pieces within a few weeks when the time came for the NXT powerhouse to kiss goodbye to all things black and gold. Being handed a goofy looking helmet, some body straps, and stripping away the aforementioned theatrical arrival and his spooky valet Scarlett, Kross became a bondage warrior overnight. Instead, the former NXT champion would eventually note to Table Talk that the idea behind the awful mask and leather look was to present Kross as WWE's very own Gladiator. But this Gladiator's final form on the red brand was a career-derailing moment Kross has never fully recovered from. Number 7, Bret Hart thinks black and pink would be too much of a stretch. The iconic Hitman has boasted some of the most gorgeous and legendary attires ever to grace a wrestling ring. Then a little event called WrestleMania 26 came around. After not stepping in between the ropes for a decade, Bret Hart was back in action, baby, finally bringing his personal rivalry with Vince McMahon to an end on the grandest stage of them all. Rather than give fans a new spin on his unmistakable attires of old that fit the older Hart character though, the legend disappointingly went for an appalling denim short and t-shirt outfit as he slowly battered VKM. Hart's decision to not wear something similar to his old outfit was made due to the icon feeling that he didn't want to ruin his legacy. He wanted those costumes to be remembered as the ones he wore during his greatest in-ring performances, and knew that he just wasn't in the shape to deliver that sort of work anymore. So Hart channeled his inner John Cena for his pedestrian grudge match instead. Number 6, The Undertaker wants to try something new, snakeskin. In order to stay somewhat relevant for 3 decades, a certain amount of reinvention is definitely necessary. And while The Undertaker unquestionably managed to revive his character on a number of occasions over the years, there have been a few attire change missteps along the way too. It was long said that Mark Calloway found himself having to borrow some clothes from The Godfather on the night of Survivor Series 2000. However, Charles Wright would eventually clarify to a fan that Taker's disgusting snakeskin look at the PLE had nothing to do with lost luggage or The Godfather. These were actually specifically made for the Phenom. He'd also apparently classed this move as one of the biggest mistakes he made, and it's hard to argue with that assessment whenever these one-off monstrosities pop up on social media. Number 5, Eddie Kingston goes full Misawa. The minute the Mad King's usual black and yellow no-nonsense attire bursts onto a stage, you know crap is about to go down. And that's what perhaps made the visual of Eddie Kingston getting rid of his typical street fighting costume for the biggest match of his wrestling career a little bit jarring on the night of Full Gear 2020. Kingston decided to go for a green and silver singlet and shorts combination that night as a tribute to all All Japan Pro Wrestling legend Mitsuharu Misawa. However, the fact Kingston wanted to salute a star who massively inspired him and was trying to educate others on Misawa and the 4 pillars of heaven through his gear didn't change that the outfit still likely ranks as one of his worst looking as part of the AEW roster. Sorry, Eddie. Again, the thought was lovely for his AEW World Championship bout against old pal Jon Moxley, but Kingston in kick pads just looked wrong. Number 4, CM Punk's hair concealing long boys. In a moment that now feels like it occurred a lifetime ago, the mighty CM Punk was finally set to make his long-awaited return to a wrestling ring after 7 years away at All Out 2021. But the version of the best in the world that wandered out to Cult of Personality that night caught just about everybody off guard. Instead of sticking back on the trunks he was last seen wearing in his former workplace all those years ago, the voice of the voiceless had other and actually quite underwhelming ideas. The infamous long boys were debuted, a black, blue and red starred pair of tights that made an already surreal moment feel even more extraordinary. This wasn't just a case of deciding to go for something entirely different for the hell of it on his first night back in the ring. He actually only went for that long boys option when he didn't feel like shaving his legs for a match. So there you have it, you have Phil Brooks' hairy legs to blame for those god-awful tights. Number 3, Rey Mysterio dresses like a giant penis. This was around the time Ray was putting on some thrilling bouts against folks like Andrade on the Blue Show, donning some of his most colourful and magnificent outfits to date too. The green and white look he went for during the pair's 2 out of 3 falls match a few months earlier was majestic, for example. When it came time to tag with R-Truth against Andrade and Samoa Joe later down the road though, Rey appeared to wake up one morning and decide that he wanted to dress like a 5'6" penis. And if that was his baffling intention, then he absolutely nailed it. Unsurprisingly, in the wake of the costume not exactly setting the world on fire, Mysterio hasn't been in a rush to return to his skin-coloured version of this usually irresistible gear. Even the greats get it wrong every now and then, which brings us to number 2, Shawn Michaels' earthy brown leggings. Throughout the majority of his time inside of a WWE ring, the Heartbreak Kid very rarely got things horrendously wrong when it came to in-ring attires. But the last time Michaels lifted World Championship gold was unfortunately one of those nights. Wanting to wear something earthy as a way of showing how he was created by God, HBK had found Christianity recently, Michaels asked WWE's seamstress to create something along those lines for the show. He just asked a little bit too late. By the night of Survivor Series, said hard-working employee had only been able to create a dodgy-looking brown set of tights with just a single familiar heart on the crotch. So Michaels trotted out in easily the most unpleasant-looking attire of his entire career to win the big one inside of the Elimination Chamber. Some ideas just sound better in your head. And speaking of heads, number 1, Hulk Hogan wears a war bonnet to beat Bad News Brown. All the way back in 1988, none other than serial liar Hulk Hogan was the one marching around the company in a dumb war bonnet. If the fact it was painted in his trademark red and yellow colours wasn't hilariously bizarre enough, the Hulkster also added a big ol' fist to the peculiar headpiece. Apparently, Vince regularly tried to make Hogan drop the silly-looking new addition. Honest Hulk would also add that the helmet was a way of convincing Bad News Brown to lose to him around that time, with Hogan eventually ending the Star's undefeated streak via helmet strike and leg drop. The terrible experiment was dropped not long after, bringing an end to yet another seriously odd chapter in the story of the Immortal One. And that's our list. Know of any other hideous wrestling attires we've missed? Well, let us know all about them in the comment section right down below, and don't forget to like, share and click on that subscribe button while you're down there. Also, if you're a fan of this kind of disgusting stuff, then please head on over to whatculture.com and find some more fantastic articles just like the one this video you're watching right now is based on. I've been Gareth from What Culture Wrestling. Cheers for watching this particular video today, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye bye!